My name is Andrew Quinley, and this is my story. Growing up as a missionary kid, you'd think I'd have gotten locked into Jesus at an early age. That wasn't necessarily the case. Yeah, I knew he was there, and yeah, I had a relationship with him. There was a critical choice that I hadn't made, and that was the choice to give him total ownership of my life. I still wanted to live it for me. There were things that I wanted to accomplish and experiences that I wanted to have, and I wasn't willing to let it go just yet. I don't have one of those stories in which I spent some time behind bars or got hooked on crack and meth. There was a time where I wished I had, just to make my story a little more exciting. I dabbled in a few things, but for me, it was bitterness and a suppressed, well-aged anger and a heavy sense of being alone. I knew a lot of people, but I didn't feel like a lot of people knew me. And honestly, I didn't want them to. I was afraid of what they might find. When Jesus found me, I was in the balcony of a church gathering on New Year's Eve. I didn't want to be there, but my parents had dragged me to it, so I made a valiant effort at enjoying it as little as possible. And I was doing pretty good at it until he started speaking to me. He told me to go tell my dad something, and at that point I didn't really have a good relationship with my dad, so I refused at first. But eventually I gave in and made my way to the front row where my dad was at and started telling him. As I did, he began to cry and started praying for me. That's when I told Jesus that my life was his. I told him, whatever it is, from this point on, take it, it's yours. I felt all that bitterness and fear and anger shift and fall inside me like crude oil in a clay pot and just shatter. That's when things started to change. I'm happy now, confident, at peace with God and with myself. My friendships are meaningful and deep. I have a wife who's so amazing, it's like she slows down time for me. But what really changed was that Jesus made me new, and I live every day with him as my constant companion. So no matter how tough things get, my life is still good. That's my story. What's yours?